Welcome to the court. This is Acker at basketball.
Moving into a team that's really kind of coming into their own, that would be the Queens Royals. So they're finally back up to 500 after having a 2-0 week. They beat Sacred Heart. That was a game when Carson Schweiger stepped up huge off the bench. 17 points for him, or Carson Schweiger. Then also they ended up just beating on Thursday night 101-94 against Greensboro. Lots of guys played great. There were 5 and over double digits.
Yeah.
Vontae Parker didn't miss a single shot that he took. He got the dog of the game. What do they call it?
I forget what it was called. Yeah.
Yeah,
He also broke the score, the shot clock.
The shot clock as well.
Monster putback dunk.
Yes.
Had to hang on the rim for safety, but yeah,
There was actually an argument about that too, because someone on Maryland just significantly injured themselves.
Okay.
After they came down for a slam, and
Right.
that's there was an argument afterwards that this is why the hang needs to be allowed in the NCAA. Let us know if you want to have a discussion about that at all, or what your guys' thoughts are about that. Because do you take it? I'd rather just have the celebration and the hang rather than these guys getting hurt.
Oh yeah, 100%. For me, you don't need the celebration. Just hang there until it's clear to get out of the way.
Well, that's kind of part of the hang is the celebration. But anyways, your points about Queens.
Well, you mentioned contributions from all over. Jordan Watford first start tonight, Thursday night against UNC Greensboro really responded well, especially right off the bat. Just drove and dished the ball. He sees the game at a speed before it even happens. Very impressive young man. But I wanted to point out, and I think he'll help in this regard. I think Yoav is finding his boundaries where the first few games he as kind of the point guard or playmaking guard, he was overextending a bit or going a little too fast into the paint and getting himself stuck in spots. You see him now being a little more calculated with that. It's going to make him a lot more dangerous. And I think let Jordan take over some of the general ball handling duties, and he can fill in and really becomes a really dynamic offensive player that we know he is.
Right.
And play creator as well for that. So that's one of the really big things I found for them on offense. You saw it tonight with 100 points.
Yeah. I think that opens up, especially with Yoav being able to figure out what his playmaking style is and what his limits are and what he's really good at and what maybe he needed to work on.
Right.
Having Jordan and him now in the starting 5, which I don't think is going to happen every night, but I think it's going to happen a large majority of nights moving forward here. I think there were some things that Coach G wanted Jordan to clean up kind of before he was giving him those reins.
Right.
But that allows for an incredible dynamic of playmaking when you have Jordan who can do it from one way, and then you have Yoav, just in case Jordan's not getting it done, you can send Yoav out there. Or if Jordan's not able to find the lane, he can kick it to Yoav, let Yoav play make. Now you have 2 dynamic guys. Most guys don't even have one, or most teams don't even have one guy that's that capable. Right. They're going to now have 2 that are incredibly capable.
Exactly, and then combined with everybody that can score, you get Carson, you get
Chris,
Babon, obviously Chris. I didn't mention Chris. Nas, Gus Larson hit 2 threes, I think, tonight. It looked great. And he's also kind of, I think, defining himself into a better role that fits his skill set. Still, the strangest thing about Queens for me is the defensive end. They're so dynamic offensively, yet to me they're really, really struggling to stop dribble drive on just basic dribble drive on defense. Their help isn't quite clean. They I don't know if it's commitment or purpose, or I don't think it's scheme, whatever it is. It's bizarre to watch. Maybe is the best way I could think to describe it.
I would agree. They got to pick it up on the defensive interior.
Yep.
Predicting going forward here, we got Queens against Furman.
1 game for Queens this coming week.
Yes.
They'll practice defense the whole week.
Maybe not. Who knows? But the prediction for what you got coming.
I think, like you said at the beginning of the Queens set here, they're finding their way. I think they just keep rolling, try to stop them. I don't see that. I don't see that. And the only thing that's going to stop them is themselves.
Yes.
From an offensive perspective, Furman is not a scoring team, right? from a high scoring team. So I think that helps. Even if the whole team of Queens has an off night shooting, sure that it could happen. But they can get it more from three. They do rely a ton on threes, by the way.
Who?
Queens does.
Oh,
for
yes.
offense to where they're getting their points. So that that's the only thing to me that would stop this. How about yourself?
For me, I just think that all the points that I'm going to make are going to sound like a Furman win. High Point smoked both Furman and Jacksonville by scores of 15s. I do think Queens is in a higher tier than Jacksonville this season. Plus, they're coming into more of their own more and more each game, kind of as we mentioned here. However, Queens has yet to face a team that averages more than 40 rebounds a game. And Furman is one of those teams at 43 and some change. I can't remember what it was exactly. Plus, the only team that did average 40 or more was Villanova, who Queens ended up losing to. However, regardless of that, I'm still going to give Queens the cautious win. As I mentioned, they're coming into their own more and more. Furman's also 2-3, having lost every game that they've played against a Division I opponent. Right. And I don't think any of the Division I opponents that they've played against are nearly come close to the echelon of team that Queens is.
Right.
I think that's why I'm giving it the cautious win for Queens.
So, road, and it's a road game.
Mm-hmm.
So